Hi guys, today's video is going to be my autumn/fall themed hamster cage tour. Fall or autumn depending on where you live. Here in the UK we call it autumn, whereas I believe in the US you call it fall. So this cage is home to my Russian dwarf hamster Hamish. He is currently being treated for mites, so if you see him at all during this cage tour and he hasn't got fur on his back or anything, it is being treated. I took him to the vet yesterday and the vet said it was either to do with stress or mites, so we've got some mite treatment and I put it on him last night, and in 2 weeks hopefully his fur will grow back. So if you do notice that throughout the video, it is being treated and he is okay, so don't worry about that. But this cage is the Duna Multi cage off of Amazon. I believe I spent about £45 on it, although at the time I did have to pay next day delivery because we'd reserved him in the Pets at Home adoption centre, and they don't usually let you reserve hamsters, but we really wanted him, so we asked if they could keep him in the back room until we could get a cage for him that was a suitable size, because none of the ones in Pets at Home are really very suitable for hamsters, so I wanted to order a larger one online. So when I got home I ordered this cage off Amazon, and that's why I had to pay next day delivery because I needed it as soon as possible. But this cage measures 75 by 45 centimetres, so a good size for a dwarf hamster. However, if I could, I would give him a bigger cage, although my mum thinks it's a waste of money to buy another massive cage when I've already got two and I'm only using one, so I don't think I'll be upgrading him anytime soon. However, if I could upgrade him, I would upgrade him to the Maxi Duna Multi, which is 1 metre by half a metre. It's exactly the same as this, however the base is an off-white grey colour. However, like I said, my mum isn't happy with the idea of me having three, well, in her eyes, massive cages which aren't being used. I would put Hamish in Mabel's cage, though he has also got a lump on his belly, which we're not too sure what it is. He has been to the vets numerous occasions about it, and we haven't quite worked out what it is. And he does suffer with cage aggression, and I just feel that the Alexander cage would be too much for him, as it is a barred cage and it's got quite high up levels, and I feel if he was to fall off one of the levels and hurt himself, he might hurt himself quite badly. So there's nothing to worry about, it's just that's why I haven't put him in the Alexander cage. But other than that, this is a good size for a dwarf hamster in my opinion. I think it's quite a suitable size because you can fit everything in it, plus lots of toys and hidey houses for them to hide in. I would not suggest, however, you keep more than one dwarf hamster in this cage, because I feel that there's not enough room to have two of everything, which you'll need if you're going to have a pair of dwarf hamsters, because if you don't have two of everything, they're going to fight and most likely need splitting up. So I'll leave a link down below to this cage, the Duna Multi, and also the Maxi Duna Multi, which is the next size up, which I believe is £60. So links to those will be in the description bar. So now I'll take the lid off his cage and get on with the cage tour. So here is just a quick overview of Hamish's autumn/fall themed hamster cage tour. Now I'll go through everything in the cage and show it to you in a bit more detail. So here in the back left hand corner of his cage we have a Woodlands Willow Teepee house, which I picked up in Pets at Home the other day. Then to the right of that we have his sanitised stone, which is underneath where his water bottle would go. This is to help wear down his nails when he's having a drink. Here in the centre of his cage we have this adorable little hamster hideaway from Pets at Home. I'm not sure if they still sell these, but they are super cute, and it's just a wooden house. I believe it was about £5. Seeing as it's made out of wood, I thought it was quite neutral and went well with the theme, so I decided to include it. Plus it's quite a large hidey house, so Hamish has lots of room to nest inside. And as you can see, there is some shredded toilet paper inside the house for Hamish to use as nesting material. Continuing on to the back right hand corner we have Hamish's 8.5-inch comfort wheel in this pinky purpley colour. I really like the colour of this wheel, so I thought I'd put it in his cage. I do also have a clear coloured wheel, although it's definitely not as good as this wheel. My favourite hamster wheel definitely has to be the comfort wheel. I think they are a great size and are really good for any species of hamster. Personally, I feel the 8.5-inch size is the best for dwarfs and small Syrians, so I like to use this for my hamsters. So this was Mabel's wheel, but sadly, as she passed away, I decided to donate it to Hamish because his old wheel was really rubbish and I've been meaning to upgrade him for quite a long time, so I thought I'd give him this wheel seeing as I wasn't using it anymore, and he really loves it. I think it's a perfect size for him and it's a really great wheel. So then in the centre of his cage we have this grassy tunnel house thing. I'm not too sure what it's called, but it's made out of this grassy material, and I thought it went really well with the theme and looked really nice, so I thought I'd include it in this cage theme because Hamish hasn't used it in quite a while, and I thought the grassy sort of material went well with the sort of autumny theme. I was trying to go for kind of a natural autumn theme, so I thought this went quite well. Then here we have his carrot hideaway from the Boredom Breaker Naturals range, and Mabel used to absolutely adore these. I think Hamish has had one quite a while ago, although seeing as he hadn't had one for a while I thought I'd pick it up, and I just thought it went really well with the theme and looked good in the cage, so I thought I'd include it. Plus he absolutely loves chewing it, and at night I can hear him chewing away on the cardboard, because if you didn't know already, this house is made out of cardboard and then coated in hay and grasses, and then on the top is some dried chopped carrot. Also inside the house I can see Hamish's chew toy. Inside his carrot hideaway he had this. This is an Antos dog chew, although they are perfectly fine for hamsters. This is the small crocodile one, and as you can see Hamish has had quite a good chew on this. He's only had it 2 or 3 days, so it's definitely a good chew for hamsters because I found all my hamsters have loved to chew on these, and so they're perfect for wearing down a hamster's teeth. Plus they are a really hard material, so I find they last quite a while, and my hamsters absolutely adore these, so I thought I'd buy one for Hamish the other day, and I decided to give it to him to have a nice chew on. Plus I thought the orange colour of it sort of went with the theme, so I decided to include this. So again, same as his hamster Heidi house from Pets at Home, he also has some shredded toilet paper inside this house. That's because I wasn't too sure where he'd like to make his nest, so I thought if I put shredded toilet paper in both of them he'd have plenty of options to choose where to nest. And of course, if he doesn't want to nest in either of these houses, he can always pouch his bedding and move it somewhere else to make his nest somewhere else. The shredded toilet paper I use is just plain, unscented, uncoloured toilet paper. These ones are safe for hamsters. As long as they're not coloured or scented, they should be alright for hamsters, and I just shred it with my hands and then put it in his cage, and it's super easy and very safe compared to lots of beddings out in pet shops, such as the cotton wool fluffy style bedding, which is really bad for hamsters and can cause lots of health problems. So I would definitely steer clear of anything that is fluffy or cotton wool style bedding. You might think it would be super cosy for your hamster, but it can cause serious injuries, and there's loads of information on the internet about that. Although if you'd like me to do a video on the dangers of fluffy bedding, I will if you'd like me to, so comment down below if you'd like to see that video. If not, you can always look on the internet. There's loads of information out there and loads of websites about the dangers of it, so I would definitely have a read if you are using it for your hamster, and I would definitely take it out of their cage because it can cause huge health problems. Down in this front left hand corner we have his huge sand bath. This is a large dog bowl from B&M Bargains, and it's got a red and white polka dot print on the outside of it. I thought this was really cute and looked nice with the theme, much better than his blue bowl does, but that one is the small size. This is the large, so it's a lot bigger and can fit a lot more sand, so Hamish can have a really nice dig around in it and have a nice sand bath. Sand baths are really good for hamsters. You should never bath your hamster in water, but sand baths are a really good alternative and much better for your hamster's health. Just make sure you get chinchilla sand, not dust, because the dust is too small and can get into your hamster's respiratory system and can cause respiratory infections, so I would definitely be careful about that. So that's just Hamish's sand bath, and He loves having a good dig around in this and rolling over, so it's really sweet to watch, and sand baths are good for hamsters, unlike water baths. So if you want to bath your hamster, definitely get some chinchilla sand. Hamsters love rolling about in it, especially dwarf hamsters, so I'd definitely give it a try. Here at the front of his cage, next to his carrot hideaway, I have one of my favourite parts of his cage. So this is my little carrot patch which I've made. I know it's not the best, however I do think it looks really cute with the 2 carrots in it, and I've made a little border around them with some twigs. I believe they're hazel, willow and apple twigs, and I've just placed them around the 2 carrots to make it into a little carrot patch. I thought it looked really cute, and I'd like to thank my friend Holly for this idea. She suggested it to me on our way to school, so thank you Holly for this idea, and I just think it looks so cute in the hamster's cage. Then next to his carrot patch we have his 6.5-inch flying saucer wheel in purple. So I couldn't not put this in his cage because it's his favourite toy and he loves running on it, so I had to include it in this cage theme. So this one here is the medium size, and I purchased it off of Vivet. So if you're looking to get one for your hamster, if you have a dwarf hamster I would go for this size, which is medium, and if you have a Syrian hamster I'd recommend going for the next size up, which is a large, and I believe it's about 12 inches big. However, you will have to check that. I'm not too sure which size you would need to get for Chinese hamsters, as I don't really know because I've never owned Chinese hamsters, so you'll have to check that with someone who knows a lot about Chinese hamsters. But like I said, this is Hamish's favourite toy, so I couldn't not put it in his cage, so that's just in the front corner. So like I said, Hamish suffers with cage aggression, so this means when I put my hand in his cage, he goes to attack my hand because he doesn't like me moving things in his cage or putting my hand in his cage. This is known as cage aggression. So I like to put Hamish's food bowl under this bendy log bridge, as it just keeps it a bit more enclosed and he just doesn't get as stressed about it being out in the open. If I weren't to put the bendy log bridge on top of it, he would bury his food bowl with bedding, and that's not the most hygienic thing, I don't think. So I like to put the bendy log bridge over it so he doesn't bury it in bedding, as when he buries it in bedding he likes to go to the toilet in his bowl, which isn't the nicest thing. However, if I do put this bendy log bridge over it, he does not go to the toilet in his bowl or bury it, so it stays nice and clean. So the bendy log bridge is the Woodlands one from Pets at Home, although I don't think there is much difference between the one from the Woodlands range and the ones off Vivet or Zooplus, which are quite cheap I believe in comparison to this Woodlands one, which I believe was about £3 or £4. So I've just taken the bridge off at the top of it, but here's just his food bowl. It's a red and white polka dot one from Pets at Home, and I believe they also stock these bowls on Vivet. And inside his bowl he has a couple treats from when he went to the vets the other day, and then he has his food. So if you'd like to know what I feed Hamish, then be sure to check out the diet video I have for him. I'll leave a link to that in the description and you can go check that out. So then in between his comfort wheel and his sand bath he has this Woodlands bulrush ball. He does like to have a little nibble on this every now and then. His substrate for this cage tour is Carefresh Naturals, and I believe this looked a lot more natural and autumnal than Fitch did, so I decided to use this. Here is just his classic small pet water bottle on the outside of his cage. This is just attached to his cage with some ribbon and a suction cup. So here is another overview of his cage setup. So thanks for watching my autumn/fall themed hamster cage tour. I hope it is autumnal enough. I tried my best, but this was what I came up with. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to leave a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos from my channel in the future, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Bye!